McDonald.
Well, it is absolutely appalling that we are seeing the perfect storm of rising cost of living and rising food prices thanks to the complete disaster that this Albanese Labor government is for agriculture right across Australia. And I was reminded when Senator Cadell was speaking, he was talking about the layer upon layer of outrageous anti-farming policies. It reminded me of a Sara Lee cake. The Sara Lee policy construction for anti-agricultural policies. I'm going to start in the north of the country, in my country, where every bit of water funding was ripped out. One of the first actions of the Environment Minister took back every planned water policy. It didn't matter whether it was dams, pipelines, small, large, because they hate dams, they hate farmers in the north. But to make matters worse, they took that funding, $6 billion, Senator Davey, $6 billion, and walked that down to the Murray-Darling to rip that out of agricultural production in the southern part of the country. Now, just to be clear, that will be over 100,000 hectares of intensive agricultural land, and if you don't think that's going to mean less fruit and veggies on your table, then you would be mistaken. That means there will be less trucks driving around, Senator Sterle, with produce coming from our food bowl of the south and ending up in people's tables right across the country. They planned to ban the live sheep export out of Western Australia, smashing that market. It was devastating to listen to ABARES make excuse after excuse about how they'd examined the impact on live export, the live export decision on prices, and not be able to demonstrate one bit of data that they had extracted that was relevant to the Western Australian situation. They have failed to support the dedicated visa pathway for agricultural workers that the Liberal National Party coalition had announced before the last election. If there is one thing that farmers across the country talk to me about, it's the workforce shortage, how they can't get suitably qualified people, and the agricultural visa would have provided that. The renewable energy transmission line projects across parts of highly productive agricultural farming country is a disgrace. It's poorly planned, and the Labor government will not allow us to have a Senate inquiry into it. What are they trying to hide? We're going to see more changes to the EPBC Act, and you can guarantee that won't be about protecting farmers and it won't be about maintaining productive land use, because I see in the north where there is bushfires raging and nobody is able to do a fire break. It is absolutely appalling what's happening to farmers and graziers in the northern part of the country. What about the industrial relations impact? Last week we saw rolling stoppages across abattoirs. Chains stopped because the CPSU in Canberra feels that they need a pay rise. But what does it mean for graziers who can't get their stock in to be slaughtered? Well, it means lower prices for them again. We've seen the banning of gillnet fishing. This is a personal favourite. In North Queensland, we have gillnet fishermen who will lose their livelihoods starting this December. Merry Christmas, fishermen in North Queensland, when you will not be able to buy wild-caught barramundi, wild-caught grey mackerel, thanks very much to this Labor government and the sneaky deal, the secret sneaky deal, that Tanya Plibersek, the Minister for Environment, has done with UNESCO, that's somehow going to save the Great Barrier Reef. I must send the Environment Minister a map, because the Gulf of Carpentaria is nowhere near the Great Barrier Reef. Anywho's, that doesn't seem to matter. It does mean that it will be more expensive to buy wild-caught fish if you can get it. The cost of electricity. I see graziers with electricity bills that make your eyes water. 82% renewables target. What rubbish. They have not signed a trade deal since they've been in. It was the coalition that took 25% of agricultural products under a trade deal to 85% over the last period of the coalition. That allowed farmers to get better prices, more scale. This is a government, the Labor government, they hate farmers, they hate the regions, and they certainly don't support lower food prices for Australians. It's shocking.